Alright. Here we are. It's snapback time. I got this cap, which means you guys can't see my hair, which is great, because it is in super bad shape at the moment. Because I've been at Gamescom, and there was very little sleep had. So, yeah, that's why the cap is on. It's a critical hit every time, and so I love it. It's a great cap. I got it there as well. Hey, Jagu, and hey, Larissa, I saw you lurking. Alright, so, Gamescom was great. It was super, super cool. I'm going to share all the details in just a moment. Oh man, because this time I went 5 years ago, and I didn't really like it. I thought it was terrible. But because I was there just as a guest, just as a person visiting Gamescom. But this time around, I was there as a trade visitor, part of the company that I'm working for. And so that opens up a lot of cool possibilities and a lot of cool new little things you can see, and also a lot of cool big things you get to see. So, yeah, I'll share all the details about that in a second. Or no, not in a second, after we do the game dev topic. Because it was really, really awesome. And actually, one of the things that we did, and I'm sure it's plastered all over LinkedIn, one of the things we did is we went there because there was like 40 of us. We went there in a party bus that had flamethrowers on top that was like shooting flames, right, as it was arriving. There was like loud music. We were all like wearing branded clothing of the company, and it was genuinely the best time I've had in a very long time. Together with like colleagues and everything, and it was such a really nice experience. So yeah, but that's just a little teaser on what else is to come and what else I'm going to share. So I just want to know, how's everyone doing? It's been a little while since I streamed. I think it's been a little over a week now. Yeah, I think it's been a little bit over a week. How are you, Jagu? How have you been? How's your summer going? Alright. Let me just make sure everything is right. You guys can hear me just fine, I believe. And I believe you can hear the music as well. So, I reckon... Oh, I need to post these two things. Because else people don't know that I'm actually live. Which is not totally unimportant. Well, summer's pretty much over now, so it's continuing Monday. Right, you start on Monday again. Okay, so here in the Netherlands, people are starting, not upcoming Monday, but the Monday after that, right? But alright, okay, are you looking forward to what I think is your second year now? I think it's the second year of your education, or of this education, right? Oh god. I put that glass down really hard. Let me just have a look. Alright, so what we'll do is we are going to do 3 things today. We're gonna talk about Gamescom, right? Obviously, I said we were gonna do that. I'm gonna share all the antics about the amazing stuff that I've done there, the amazing stuff that I've seen as part of being a trade visitor. And I'm going to share some of the cool stuff I saw, right? Some about all the different games and some of the chats I had. I'm going to share another game dev topic about what if you are developing something and it turns out someone else is making the exact same thing as you are, right? This topic was inspired by a post from yesterday, I think, of someone on r/gamedev saying that they were making the exact same thing that Concerned Ape is making, developer of Stardew Valley, who's now working on the Haunted Chocolatier. And there was a whole thread about it, and I thought there were some good points in there. So I figured, okay, let's discuss this. Let's see what happens and what you should do when someone's making the exact same game as you. Okay. And then the third thing we'll do is we'll continue prototyping for our own game, which maybe next year we can be at Gamescom. Who knows? Who knows? That'd be cool, wouldn't it? But we first got to go through the prototyping. Yep, second year. It'll be good to get some structure back into my life. I can hear you on that. That is, yeah, I can imagine that being nice. Structure is a good thing. I like structure. Structure helps us to not devolve into chaos, which I like. So I like to not devolve into chaos. All right. So first things first. I'm just thinking. Let's flip a coin on I say as I don't have a coin in my room. Oh, actually, I do I have a button in my room, which is not a coin, but you know, it'll function. Let's flip a button on whether we're first going to discuss Gamescom or we're first going to discuss the game dev topic, right? So, coincidentally, a game I played at Gamescom. Can I... What? Yeah, there we go. Called Wildwoods. So if it lands on Wildwoods, we'll do Gamescom first. If it lands on the pin, which is secured, not that I stabbed myself, we'll talk about the game that talk first, okay? Alright, here we go. Oh, shit. Fuck. Okay, well, it did land on the pin side, but as you can see, the pin actually got loose. Can my camera focus? Focus, focus, focus. Yeah, the pin got loose. So if I would have caught that, then bad shit would have happened. I feel like I might have died at that point. Okay, so game the topic first. Let me switch screens. Boom. Right. Oh, I need to adjust the quick thing. The quick thingamabob. The current activity. Game dev topic. Cool. There we go. Alright, so let's get into this. Let's pause the music, because we need full attention for this. Alright. So, oh no. Someone is making the exact same game as you. It happens. It does. So like I said, this game dev topic was very much inspired by a post I saw yesterday of someone essentially saying, hey, I'm working on this a cute life sim type of bakery game that's like set in like northern mountains, and like people have to like discover different recipes and stuff like that, and they have to keep the bakery running, right? Okay, cool. So it's kind of like a restaurant sim kind of thing. But then they continued and they said, but now I've found out that Concerned Ape, who, for those that don't know, is the developer of Stardew Valley, is working on a new game called the Haunted Chocolatier, right? Which is also very much about finding new recipes and keeping this chocolatier running, and et cetera, right? And so they were saying these two games are basically identical, and like I'm feeling demotivated about my own project now because mine will probably not be as good as his, and so what do I do? So first things first, let's start with what happened. What actually happened, rather than what some of the replies to that post were saying happened. Neither of you copied each other, right? In the very, 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 very rare cases where people are copying each other, neither of them are usually that good at game development. It's a pretty safe assumption, right? If you're resulting to pretty shitty tactics of entirely, and I'm talking 100% copying someone else's game, chances are that that it's not going that well, right? And so I just want to put it, first things first, neither of you copied each other, right? This is purely a coincidence, right? This is purely coincidence. Purely a coincidence. Coincidence. I don't know if I spelled that right, but it's fine. This is purely a coincidence. Additionally, what happened, because then you start talking about, okay, I'm starting to feel demotivated. You start comparing your own work against that of someone you have likely never met and know very little about. If we put this into context of the post that I saw, if we take a look at someone like Concerned Ape, who admittedly I don't know much about, but there's one very important detail. He's the developer of Stardew Valley. And if we just take a quick look at Steam, and actually even better, we can even go to Metacritic. We'll take the real critics' word for it. If we take a look at Stardew Valley, so Stardew Valley currently has a Metacritic score of 89. That is insanely high, right? And a user score of 8.8, right? That is insanely high, like super, super high, right? For a Metacritic score. So in this case, you, who is most likely an indie dev with maybe one game you've released before, but maybe wasn't as popular, or maybe even you have no games released before, you are comparing your work to that of someone who, and I actually do want to go to Steam for this one, who has made Stardew Valley, which was critically acclaimed, probably won prizes. Again, I don't know if they actually did, but they probably did, right? It's a safe assumption that they did, or at least they should have. Who is currently sitting at an overwhelmingly 98% positive of all reviews on Steam, with 415,000 reviews, right? If we multiply that number, and I know I'm jumping from bit to bit, but I promise you there's a point here. If we multiply the lifetime reviews by the Boxlighter number, which is roughly the amount of copies sold per... Oh, you guys can see the result. Awesome. Roughly the amount of copies sold per review gained, right? So in this case, it's 42. That's the last known number. That means that Stardew Valley has sold over 17.5 million times. If we multiply this by the price it's at, we're talking about $250 million, right? Or euros in this case. How can you even start comparing yourself and your own work to that of someone who was capable of creating something that was so well received and has made, admittedly, I don't know, let's deduct, you know, the refund rate. So let's say, I don't know, 20% got refunded, which is super high, but let's just assume, who has admittedly made, well, or allegedly made somewhere near $200 million. That is just impossible, right? You should never, ever compare yourself to someone like this, because it's just not fair on you, right? Regardless of what Concerned Ape has done, it's not fair on you, right? Because it doesn't matter what Concerned Ape has done, because you are just starting out, or you have been at it for a few years and you are learning, just like Concerned Ape did, right? I am relatively certain, but I'm trying to like dig back into my memories. I think he spent like 10 years practicing and doing maybe professional work and then jumping into Stardew Valley, but that is completely just a guess. I think I remember something like that. So he's got tons of experience, and he got lucky, right? Let's not forget about luck here. So when it comes to comparing your game that might be super, super, super similar to the game of someone else who is super famous or has made a really good game, you should not do that. It's just not fair, right? So please, do not do that. Don't start comparing yourself, and don't start comparing your own work, because you will never ever find someone who has gone through the exact same path as you, and that is okay. That is exactly what makes games such a creative space, right? We all take our inspirations from different places, and that is how it should be. So please stop comparing yourself, if you are. Now, let's take a look at a situation where both of you are a little more unknown, right? Because obviously, it is a little bit of an outlier to accidentally make something as similar as something that Concerned Ape is working on, right? So in the case of both of you having limited experience, or of not having released anything, or et cetera, in that case, what is most important, again, is that neither of you copied each other, right? You have to always assume best intentions. And even more importantly, both your games will not end up the same. It is impossible, right? Well, it is close to impossible. Because it's a super tiny % chance that, of course, it could happen, but it's close to impossible. And so I want you to realize that, right? And can I draw something? Oh yeah, I can. I can just go to paint. Good old paint. So if we take a look at that, right, why that is the case, if both of you with your games are here right now, and the way you're supposed to be going, oh fuck, is over here, right? You're supposed to go over there. What is actually going to happen is that both of you, with red, let's see, you are going to do this, and then you're going to come to a choice, and you're going to go that way. And then you're going to come to another choice, and you're going to go that way again. And another choice, and you're going to go there. And another choice, and there. And then another choice, and ultimately you'll end up where you need to be, right? Where you're releasing, right? The other person is going to go up here. They're going to make a choice. They're going to go up. They're going to make a choice. They're going to go up and make a choice, and a choice, and another choice, and a choice, and a choice until they release. Now look at that. Imagine, right, that every single one of these choice moments here, imagine the chances of you guys making the exact same choice. Right? So this is 5 times already, and that is like totally not realistic. Like you're going to make 5,000 choices whilst you're making a game at minimum. But during these 5 choices, you need to make the exact same decision the other person's making for your games to end up the same, right? And that's just not going to happen. There's just no way. And so that's what I mean when I say it is close to impossible, right? Because again, theoretically, it is possible, but it is like in the 1,000,000th percentile that it's possible, right? So what is actually going on, right? That is then the next important question to ask. So what is actually happening here? Don't get demotivated. It is understandable, but it is also not needed. Because what is actually going on here is that 2 creative people have come up with an idea. Their ideas were very similar, and they started executing that idea. And alongside each other, they found similarities between each other, right? And so your assumption is, okay, my game is the exact same. Is it worth it to finish? Yes, it's worth it to finish. Because again, like I said, it is not going to end up the exact same way that the other person is going to end up, right? Or that the other person's game is going to end up. So what you need to do is throw away the insecurity of, oh no, I'm not creative, right? Or, oh no, someone has stolen my game concept, right? Which is a little more nefarious to think, but, you know, to each their own. I'm not good enough. I'm not a good enough game dev. You need to throw that away, and you need to finish your game. Please, for the love of God, finish your game. Like, if you're still in the prototyping stage, fine. Throw it out, start on something else. But if you are super close to releasing, or even just halfway through the production time, please just release your game. You never know how it's going to end up at the end, how the other person's game is going to end up at the end, and you are never going to know what people are going to like most, right? For people that like Stardew Valley, or, well, people that are going to like The Haunted Chocolatier, they are going to love the fact that 2 more games are going to come onto Steam or onto Epic or whatever, and are going to be in a very similar niche that Stardew Valley and The Haunted Chocolatier are in. Those players are going to love it, because they need more stuff to play. There aren't enough Stardew Valleys. There just aren't. Or, well, there aren't enough games that are good as good as Stardew Valley. So please, finish your game, release it. Who knows? You might get lucky, right? And it means you've released something, right? Let's not forget that, right? So, second point is players in your target audience are gonna love more games coming out in that genre. So release your games. And on top of that, you might just get lucky. This is totally possible. Game development is so much reliant on luck when you are releasing. And that's also why I really despise most of the, how to market your game posts, because it's, unless you have a big budget, it's mostly luck. There's some things you can do, but it's mostly luck. Anyway, I don't want to trail off. So you might just get lucky. And if you do, imagine if you would have canned your game, if you would have thrown away your game, because you saw someone else making something very similar. Imagine that, right? You're going to decide that just because someone else's game looks eerily similar to yours, that you're not even going to take the chance anymore. Imagine what you might lose out on. And I mean, equally, the chance exists that you don't get lucky, right? But at least you've got the experience. At least you've brought something out, right? If at that point you wanted to, I don't know, go into AAA, you totally could, because you have a game that's on your name that you released. You learned stuff from it. And it's especially that last part before release that is so, so valuable to learn, right? Because that is the part that most people never get to, because they quit in the middle of their production, because they didn't do the prototyping correctly, or because they lose motivation, or whatever the reason might be. They quit and they lose out on that experience. So please, again, you might get lucky. The players in your target audience are going to love it. I would love it if more games like Factorio would come out, because there aren't enough goddamn Factorios. And I mean, I'm just going to play more Factorio right now because there aren't enough other Factorios. So give me more Factorio games. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. So please, finish your game. Please do not stop making your game. So perspective. Now, as you might have noticed, this game's topic is a little, improv. Because there is a lot going on here. I'm trying to keep it as focused as I can. But when it comes to perspective, again, you have to keep thinking. You are going to make, I don't know, 5,000 choices throughout the development of your game. It is super unlikely that you are going to make the exact same choices as the other person. It's just unlikely. It just won't happen. It just won't. Especially not 5,000 times in a row. It's just not going to happen, right? It's just not a thing. On top of that, how do I want to write this? You need more experience at all times. So always finish your game if you are past the prototyping stage and have validated that your game is fun. Alright, because if you have those things, if the game is fun and you finish prototyping and you're now in production, don't waste it. Don't waste the fun that people could have in your game. Okay? Don't do that. And I think that's where I'm going to actually leave it for perspective. I think that's enough perspective. Well, no. You might just get lucky. I'll repeat it one more time. What if you never finish your prototype, but you could have gotten lucky with it? Right? Or, sorry, not prototype. Your game. Right? What if you never finished your game, but that might have just been the game that you could have gotten lucky with? That would suck a lot. So, how to fix it? Please continue making your game. Don't stop. That is the only way to fix this. You are a good developer. You are creative. You have come up with your idea. You have done your prototyping. You have seen that it's fun. So now all you need to do to fix this insecurity inside you is to continue making your game. To continue looking at, okay, what makes my game more fun? What still needs to be done? Can I get to a demo? Can I, again, verify that people find this fun? And can I just release it? If you go through those steps, you'll fix the insecurity inside of you when you come out on someone else making a very similar game as you. That's the only fix for it. There is totally no reason to stop developing your game if someone else is making something very similar. So that basically concludes this game dev topic. I see some nice comments. Let's see. So this reminds me of a YouTube video I just saw. Thomas Brush canceled his game that was already really far and in good shape. He had already invested 50k on it and hired devs to work on it. He lost faith in it was pretty much the only reason. Oof, that sound. I mean, again, I don't know what the background reasons are, right? Everyone has their own reasons, especially someone that is relatively prevalent like Thomas Brush. But that doesn't sound like a great reason. Losing faith in something. Am I gonna say it? I'll say it. Hey, oh, jeez, I'm gonna butcher your name. Aki. Oh, thank God. Gee, you were 3 steps ahead of me. Hey, Aki, how you doing, mate? Jesus, I was gonna totally butcher your name. Christ. Yeah, like if you lose faith in your game, it can happen because of a multitude of reasons. Um, but I'd love to know the detailed reason as to why someone loses faith. Like especially someone like Thomas Brescia, I'd love to know the detailed reasons why he lost faith. Because maybe it's a good reason, but if it's just losing faith just because, then I think that's a pretty bad reason. Then, especially if you've invested 50K on it, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. Especially if you hire devs, that's a lot. That's a big commitment. Yeah. So okay. So yeah. It does happen, but please don't. Please continue making a game. Again, I'll reiterate. I'll make a summary of what I just spent like 20 minutes saying. If someone makes a game that is a lot like yours, or like almost 100% like yours, that might feel demotivating. It might feel like you are not good enough, but you are, right? Because, I mean, additionally, yeah, I didn't even say this. The fact that you and this completely random other person had the same idea means there's something cool there, right? It means that there's something that other people are thinking about. And so when you feel that way, or when you see that, when you see someone else making a very similar game as to yours, don't get demotivated. Just keep thinking to yourself, all right, where I'm going to go from here, I'm going to have to make so many choices. There is no way that my game is going to end up the exact same as this other person's game, right? There's no way we're going to make another 1,000 choices and all make the exact same choice every step of the way. It just won't be a thing, okay? So please, finish your game, get the experience of releasing a game, and stop comparing your work to that of someone else. You both walk different paths. You both have different types of experience. So don't do it to yourself. You're good enough. Please keep making your game. Players will love it, right? If it's in a niche like Stardew Valley or Factorio or whatever, players are probably going to love your game. Because there's just not enough in those genres, right? I desperately need another Factorio. So yeah, so that is just the big summary there. How are you doing, by the way, Aki? Just checking in with you. Are there any questions about that? Are there any extra comments? Anything that's unclear? Something you'd like to ask? Just anything at all. Feel free to fire away. In the meantime, I'll start up the music again. We'll do some Pop Champ. Haha. You are what you are, and that's all that you are. Excellent. That sounds really solid. That sounds strangely philosophical, and I like it. That is a really nice way to say, or at least that's how I'm interpreting it. It's a really nice way to say that I'm good enough, and that's it. Am I in an attic? No, I'm on the first floor. But this particular house, let me see. Can I find a picture? Not of this house, of course, but so this type of house is like this, right? Show me your house. Yeah, I'll accidentally share my house. No, it's like this. So basically, the first floor already has the slanted roof. So there you go. But yeah, no, I'm definitely not showing my own house on stream. Bakery and chocolate because there's no videos. Yeah, exactly. If we look at the Haunted Chocolatier, and we look at just any other bakery game, they're not going to be the same. It's just not, right? There's just no way. At least in my opinion. Of course, these are all my opinions, and you're totally. Anyone is free to disagree with me, but yeah, it's just not going to turn out the same. All right, so that brings us to Gamescom, doesn't it? That brings us to discussing Gamescom. So let me set that up. There we go. I like the music. It's nice. Alright. Also, my voice is actually recovered again because after Gamescom, it was gone. Discussing Gamescom. Cool. Alright. Okay, so let me grab some of the stuff that I saw. So first things first, right? I went to Gamescom as part of the company I work for, and we were going with like 40 or 50 people all together for 2 days. And it basically started off crazy already because, well, in the morning, the bus arrived to take us to Gamescom from the office location, and it was basically a party bus. There were flamethrowers on top, there was loudspeakers on the bottom, and there was a lot of alcohol inside. Now, I'm not a big drinker at all. Like, I'll have like a gin and tonic once every 2 months or something. But generally speaking, it was just a blast to be in a party bus going to Gamescom with like 40 of your colleagues. So we went there, we got there, we checked in, whatever. And so the first day, on the Wednesday, it was only accessible to press and other companies and trade visitors and stuff like that. So not the general public. And so some of the really cool stuff I got to see was specifically... so I got... Ooh, we'll go from this side. A game called Planet of Lana. Can we focus? Yeah. So Planet of Lana was super cool. It was... Can I actually... Is it on Steam? Yeah, it is. Cool. We can take a look. Planet of Lana is this really cute platformer. Kind of like a weird, strange mix between Limbo and... well, Limbo but happy, I guess. I guess that's the best way to describe it. Actually, I need to share my screen now. There you go. It looks super cute. It is quite a lot of fun. The puzzles are quite nice and quite smooth and subtle. And so together with your little cat friend, you basically solve puzzles. And it's a lot of fun. I really liked it. I got to play it for like half an hour. And I thought it was a really solid platformer. So yeah, for those of you that want to wishlist it, I totally recommend it. It's really cool. Alright, next one. Oh, I love this one. Actually, am I going to do that one first, or am I going to do a different one first? What am I going to do? Nice, you already had it whitelisted. Nice. Oh, wishlisted, sorry. Yeah, that's awesome. So, there was another one. I won't show the trailer this one, because it'll probably not be very good for the stream, I reckon. But there's this game called The Darkest Files, right? There you go. And basically it's a game about a 1950s German prosecuting team who was basically getting ready to prosecute Nazi crimes, right? And it was actually, like, it was made in a style... Actually, I might be able to show it, actually. Darkest Files. There it is. This is the style, right? I don't want to show the whole trailer, but this is basically the style of the whole game. And it was really well done. The polish, the finishes. It was a super nice visual novel, or well, not even a visual novel, I guess. It's very interactive, actually. Very much has this comic book style, and I loved it. I thought it was really great. You get to like interview people. I thought it was really awesome. So I want to share that one with you guys. Yeah, see, part of the indie arena booth hybrid. Yeah, this one was super awesome. I really loved this one. Then the last one that I really wanted to discuss with you guys, the one that I definitely loved the most, was called Wild Woods, or is called Wild Woods. Now, Wild Woods, oh man, I was playing this with 3 of my colleagues, and it was so much fun. We put it on hard mode. We've been waiting for about half an hour to play it. We put it on hard mode, and the developer basically said, "Are you guys sure? There's not a lot of people that get very far in hard mode." And we were like, it'll be fine. Not a problem, right? And we actually managed to finish the whole game on hard mode in one try. And it was just a absolute blast. So you basically have to defend your cart from these like evil cats and badgers and stuff like that. And you're playing it together with 4 people. and it is such a chaotic, fun, strategic blast. I really, really loved it. I'd 100% recommend, if you want to pick this up with a few friends, 100% recommend this one. It is awesome. It is super, super cool. No. It's definitely not the same game. No. We're doing single player. And they don't have traps, and we do. So, and I mean, oh no, it's very similar. What should I do? Should I cut my entire prototype, guys? Should I just throw it away? Or should I continue, knowing there are thousands of choices ahead that is very unlikely that I'll be making those exact same choices? What should I do, guys? Should I throw it away? Or should I continue finishing my game? What's it gonna be? Let's see if you guys paid attention in class. No, I don't pay taxes. That is a joke for legal reasons. I don't pay taxes. Again, a joke for legal reasons. Yeah, actually, do I still need to pay my taxes? I don't think I do. I think I've paid all my taxes. I'm pretty sure I have. But yeah, so again, this was super cool. So I wanted to share those games. Now, the other stuff I've done, and we'll move back to the screen again. The other stuff I've done at Gamescom is I waited in line to play Conquest 2 for like an hour, and then I had to go. And so I got out of line, and I never got to play Conquest 2. So that was cool. I think the smart choice is to make an open world survival crafting game instead. You got me convinced. Let me. Hey, Aki, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate it. You've got me convinced. I'll do exactly that. I'm gonna open up Unreal Engine right now, and I'm gonna make an open world survival crafting game. Yeah. And it's gonna have a water meter. It's gonna have the stamina meter. It's gonna have a food meter. You can build your base. You can craft shit. You can follow a mediocre, unfinished story, and you can get stuck on a rock collision. Also, that's German, not Dutch. Just slightly being pedantic, but yeah. I mean, I can understand some German, so I mean that's also why at Gamescom it was actually exactly. Yeah, okay, yeah. I guess that went over my head. At Gamescom, that was actually quite funny. There was a German colleague of mine, and I can understand most things in German. I just can't speak it. But there were some moments where they were just going so fast. I just looked at her and I was like, "What are they saying?" And she was just like explaining it to me all the time, and it was fucking excellent. But it's strange to me that a international event like Gamescom basically does everything in German. It's super strange to me. But anyway, that's not the point. So anyway, some of the really cool stuff I saw besides not seeing Conquest 2. I had a sneak peek look at Skull and Bones by Ubisoft. There was a really nice presentation going on about that, about the single player mode, which is super cool. Not allowed to make any pictures or videos, of course, but it was very cool. Even though I have heard it's in a really rough state. But I don't know, they've got 2 or 3 months left to finish it. I think they're releasing on November 8th. Who knows? Well, we'll try it when it comes out, and we'll see if it's as good as I hope it's going to be. So that one was really cool. What else did I see? I saw Moonbreaker, and Moonbreaker was actually quite nice. I wasn't expecting it to be nice, but it was. So let me find it for you guys. Moonbreaker, there it is. Can't remember who made it, or who's publishing it. Oh, it's Krafton's publishing it. Alright, let me do this again. So Moonbreaker is definitely a AAA title. But it was actually quite nice. Yeah, it was a really nice kind of RTS type game. But you can like play it against AI or against your friends. It was a little complex and definitely a lot to take in for like 20 minutes of playing, right? There we go. But the most important thing, or not the most important thing, but the most interesting thing about this game is that you can hand paint all of these minis that you can use in game, right? And I think they showed a screenshot of it here. Yeah, you can basically hand paint these minis, which to me, to someone who loves to do exactly that, this is lovely. I want more of this in games. I really enjoyed that. And so I wasn't able to do it at Gamescom because they didn't have as part of the demo, but they did show how it would work. And it's basically just layering, a lot of layering, and actually normal maps and stuff like that also looked really, really good. And so if this is the type of results you can make, I'm all here for it. This looks awesome. So yeah, so that was so Moonbreaker was really, really cool. I loved it. What else did I see? I saw a lot of stuff. I also played some indie games which I didn't think were very good, but I won't call this out because of course I'm not gonna give them a bad rep. And I've also played some AAA games that I didn't think were very good. There was definitely a few of those. I saw a TikTok event which was like super loud and like no one was watching, like physically on the stage, like no one was watching. But they were being so loud, and so it was like, okay, I guess this is a thing now. But generally speaking, over those 2 days, I've seen a lot of cool stuff. Some stuff I also can't talk about because, of course, you know, I'm on a contract, so I can't share too much. Oh, nice, nice. I mean, yeah, if you want to meet publishers, Gamescom is the place to be. Like in Europe, that's like the main place to be. That's like the easiest place you're gonna find a publisher. No, not easy, but you know, there's gonna be the most of them there. Maybe they even had a chat with the company I work for. I don't know. I have no idea. And even if I did, I wouldn't be able to share that. So, you know, there's that. But yeah, that's really cool. And I've had a lot of chats with like other industry folk, and there's just a really nice vibe of sharing best practices over drinks and meals and whatever. And so yeah, Gamescom this time around was very cool, and I loved the fact of not having to stand in line for most things because I was a trade visitor. That was a really nice perk to have. That was super solid. All right, so that's basically Gamescom. Yeah, I don't think there was anything else major. Oh, no, actually, there is something else major that I completely forgot just now. So, the company I work for, we had a photo contest. And there was a particular booth that was showing off a Bat bike, a Batmobile bike. I don't know the actual name for it. Basically, the bike of Batman in the new Gotham Knights game. Right? It was like fully like built and everything. It was like it was there, right? You could sit on it and you can make a picture and whatever. And so me and some colleagues, we went there, and there was going to be a prize for whoever made the best picture. And so we said, all right, we'll make 1 or 2 pictures, and we'll send those in, and then if we win, cool. If we don't, awesome, whatever. We're at Gamescom, who cares? And so I got on top of the bike. One of my colleagues was lying in front of it, and my other 2 colleagues were trying to, like, drag him away as if I was going to run him over. And we made that picture, and we actually won. So those 3 colleagues of mine, myself, and 4 other colleagues that also won with their picture, we were basically all put into a party limousine back home, which is like a 2-hour drive. And again, just like with the party bus, there was a super large sound installation inside. We could put on our own music and everything. There was a bottle of champagne. There was a lot of other alcoholic drinks, but because we were super tired, and I mean, I still had to drive home, and another colleague still had to drive home, so we weren't drinking anyway. We were basically all sitting there with like a glass bottle of water, and we were like, "Cheers, everyone!" And then we basically spent 2 hours singing our lungs out, dancing to the music, and being in a party limousine. And even though that wasn't specifically at Gamescom, it was a very cool part of Gamescom. So yeah, yeah, a lot of cool stuff happened. I really enjoyed myself. It was super awesome. So maybe next year we'll just book a party Boeing 737, and we'll fly to GDC, and we'll come there with flamethrowers and loud music and who knows what else. Either way, it was super cool. It was super cool. All right, so are we ready? Are we ready to develop, to break our brains over problems that are in our way? If your answer is no, tough shit, that's what we're doing. We're getting into it. We're doing it. We'll quickly look at the marketplace, see if there's anything cool in there that you guys might want to either like or might want to buy, might want to get for your projects. Who knows what's in there? We've got Wild Man, which is basically, I mean, this is a pretty blatant ripoff of the mask from Crash Bandicoot. Like anyone can see that, or well, I suppose it's inspired, but this one's a little too obvious. Let's see, what else is here? What else is in here? Oh, this looks cool. Oh, this looks really cool, actually. What is this? Oh, yo. This looks super nice. There's, of course, a lot of lighting work going on here as well to make this look this good. But these assets look super cool. Oh, wow. I wonder if these terrain materials are included. Oh, I wonder if that water shader is included. Because this looks incredible. For that price, this looks very good. Yeah, all of this looks amazing. Avatar frames, coin box, more coins and stuff, more avatars. Okay, the avatars and the coins feel a little out of place, but the rest of it looks incredible. Let's see. Oh. Right. Right, I get it. This is not 3D stuff. This is all 2D. Yeah, it said here. This is all 2D. Ah, man. I was thinking to myself, shit, if this guy included all of these assets, or like all of this stuff, man, that would have been cool. But okay, it's 2D stuff. Alright, awesome. Let's see, what else was there? Okay, nothing too cool in here. Let's see, part 3, or page 3. Ninja animation pack. Jetcopter. Waterfall train station. Realistic environments mega pack. $300, but yeah. This is what I was expecting from the other pack just now. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. Yeah. Some of it is a little nonsensical, like why is that bus so deep into the ground? But some of it is also a little repetitive. But they've got enough variation that you can actually do something with it, so yeah. Okay, I mean this one's kind of cool. It's a little expensive, I think, for what you're getting, I think. But yeah. Anyway, let's look at the sale. Because there's... Oh, that opens up a web page. Seriously? Here we go. Alright, let's see. Is there Niagara weather? Oh man, I do love myself some Niagara effects. Let's see what else is there. First person shooter pack. Because all of this is 50% off. Let's see. Hair starter pack. Oh wow, there's 88 pages worth of stuff. Christ, can I filter that in some way? Yeah, let's get only the stuff that's actually supported by Unreal Engine 5. That only reduces it by 10 pages. And everything under 50. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do, yeah, this is... newest first? No. Oh, well, I guess, yes. Alright, quest system... What else? Number renderer, stylized bear, stylized barn... Massive retro game music bundle, that's pretty cool. Park and street props. Some stylized surface textures. There's maybe some good stuff in here, but I'm not going to go through 77 pages of assets, so Okay, cool. There's nothing here in here that I was like, okay, that's really awesome. So let's dive into the engine, shall we? And for those new here, let me show you what we're working on. Because it's been a little while. I'll also open up my task board. Right. Okay, so Saving Dave. That's the working title of our project. Now, what we were currently working on was creating the root spline that can be placed in level 2 to get the root of the adventurer. We were getting close on that. We were actually pretty close on that. Oh, there we go. Or I should open up the different level actually. Maps, mansion level. All right, so. Actually, to show off what we're actually doing here, it's better to do this level. So it's very simple. The adventurer mustn't die. And with that, I mean, this adventurer is going to go places. And they're going to encounter traps. And if those traps are not deactivated, they die. It's very simple. So what we need to do is we need to find items that can chop through whatever activates it. Right? In this case, chop. In some other cases, it's not chopping. Now in this level, the AI gets a little stuck, but he'll fix himself in a second. And basically, we've got all kinds of different traps. And as the adventurer goes through this mansion, we, the guardian angel, basically have to make sure they don't die. Look, here he comes. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure he gets past all those traps without dying, right? But I can only use these items once, right? And then they basically disappear. Right, so I got to time it right. There we go. And then these ones. Right, there we go. And then let's chuck that there so we can already run back and grab another item. There we go. And then we gotta grab one last item. Come on. Run. There we go. And basically that's the core loop of the game, right? You gotta make sure that the adventurer doesn't die by deactivating all the traps. Now, what does that look like in an actual level? In an actual level, it means that we're going to show the player which way the adventurer is going by the use of this spline, which currently has the arrows pointing in the wrong way, but we'll fix that in a second. And it's basically going to have them going towards different areas, which we've already laid out here in this little cheeky level design. There we go. So basically going to enter from bottom here. They're going to go in towards this little room here. They're going to go upstairs. They're going to follow their route. And they're going to come back downstairs. They're going to go out the front door. There's going to be traps all along that route. And the player has to make sure that the adventurer does not die. So when we take a look at that. And I just got to move this one a little over here to make sure that... there we go. To make sure that the adventure actually goes the right way. Right, here he comes. He's going to find his own little way, which he might still actually do through the wrong way. Oh no, okay, yeah, he's going to go up the stairs. And basically what we need to do today is make sure that the adventurer follows the spline path instead of just picking his own route. Hey, Render 1010, Render 1010. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. How are you today? And basically the adventurer is going to go over to where you just in editor saw the big red arrow, which is like roughly over here. And if they don't die along the way, then what they'll do is we're going to see some beautiful UI work in play. We're going to go bang. The adventurers found their goal, right? And so what we've done, or what we still need to do, and that is the thing we're working on today, we need to... Oh, actually, I need to change the stream title to make sure I don't pull in people that are looking to talk about Gamescom, which we totally still can do, by the way. Prototyping splines. There we go. Cool, there we go. Fixing the splines. Alright, cool. On a break from program for the last 4 hours. Wow, okay. Yourself? I'm doing pretty good. How was that last 4 hours for you? Did you make the progress you would have liked to make? Right, so we need to go into the blueprints, and we need to grab the adventurer path. And actually, because I was thinking about the fix, and I think it's a little risky, but I think if we break this, oh nope, not into axes, and we then move all this stuff back a little, and we only roll pitch and yaw, right? So we need to make rotator. There we go. Then instead of doing just that, we need to plus 90 degrees. Oops, 90 degrees like that. I think that might fix our problem. Yep. Cool. We fixed the bug. It's a little funky because of, you know, some of these sharp corners, sharp edges. But that's okay. I'm totally okay with that. For a prototype, this is a perfectly reasonable fix. You did. All right, awesome, dude. That's really great to hear. What's going on here? A lot is going on here. So we're currently working on a prototype for a game in which you are a guardian angel, and you have to save this desperate adventurer from not dying to all these like horrible traps, basically Scooby-Doo style. But you are in control of, you know, or basically you are responsible for the life of the adventurer. And so basically we're currently working on giving the player some information about where the adventure is going to go, right? So that the player has enough information to actually deal with it. And then I'm hoping to get into some AI work today, but that's like completely new territory. I've never really done AI before. And I'm also hoping to implement some of the voice lines we did last time, to give the game a little bit more life, to give the prototype a little bit more life, and kind of get the feeling across. Okay, but the spline has basically been fixed now. We've basically added 90 degrees, and that's perfectly fine. That seems to be, well, indicating the path pretty nicely. Yeah. And the only thing I want to change is inside of the adventure arrow path. Oh, right. We need to make this translucent, and then the base color in here, and this into opacity. There we go. That's gonna actually fix our problem. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the progress so far, and I'm actually surprised that we're doing 2 quick fixes in such a short amount of time, because I was expecting this to take longer, but it's just all of a sudden coming to me. So, yeah. Well, actually, something we do actually now need to change inside of the material is actually turn this up quite a bit. Not to 1. Actually, what we'll do is we'll do this and this. There we go. Keep it the original color, and then we can always add an emissiveness later on, right? It's not important for the prototype right now. Okay, so spline fixed. Now we need to actually make sure that different splines show up at different moments, because when the player gets to a location, like their first investigative location, and they don't find what they're looking for, which might be the case, which will always be the case, I reckon. It basically needs to all of a sudden show a new path that the adventurer is going to take. But how do I stream that in properly? Yeah. This will actually require some technical design work, I think. This is now fixed. Add an functionality to move alongside. This is a whole separate point. And we should totally upgrade this to an actual task rather than convert to Okay, we can't actually do that. Okay, cool. Let's add the task here, like that. And I think this is a large size task. I don't think this is a small feat. So we'll say that, and then we'll basically delete this. Yeah. Yeah, and then we need to add a new subtask for include no, not include. Implement new paths appearing and old paths disappearing based on the goal of the adventurer. Yeah. And what else do we need to do? But again, I don't know if that's part of this task, actually. I think that's a separate task. Add intermediary goal points for the AI to go towards. Yep, and I think this is also, this is probably a relatively easy task. Down in between a small or a medium. I think it's a small. I think we can get this done relatively quickly. Okay, but now this subtask is dependent on us completing this, so let's do that first. Add intermediate goal points for the AI to go towards. Okay, so let's open up Notion, and we'll write the technical design in here. Okay. I don't give a shit, please. Please don't. Oh my god, stop reloading. Okay. Technical designs. We'll put this under here. There we go. And then under that, we got to make an extra page called intermediary goal points. So what do we want the functionality to do? When the AI reaches an intermediary goal point, the game needs to decide if the AI has found what they are looking for. If yes, show the if yes, send the adventurer to the final goal point. Yeah, to define goal points and show the path, right? If no, continue to the next goal point in the array. And I actually have an idea of how I might want to do this. Implementation, scene points, set in an array. Well, no, set in the world, stored in an array for the AI to access. Yeah, I think that's how I'm going to do it, because then I can keep it all in one blueprint and I don't have to start worrying about interactions and all that kind of stuff. Cool. When the actually, is there anything else that we need to do here? No, I think this is actually cool. All right, technical design finished for now. Yeah, okay, yeah, this seems to be okay. Let's dive into blueprints, and then level functionality, and then adventure destination. Now I just gotta actually comment stuff here because I haven't done that, because I'm stupid. Begin play plus sequence. Don't have to say anything else there. Setting references to the game instance BP. The delay is included to make sure the game instance ref is accessible then set the destination location to that the AI needs to go towards. Okay. Now there's actually here where we need to actually add a few things. Yeah. When the adventurer reaches the destination, show the UI end of match screen. Cool. So it's here where we need to actually do a few things, because the thing we have to do first is we need to make an array. Make array. Oh, hold on. Make array. Oh, and then, okay, this is a hard limitation that we're introducing here. If we now say that there won't ever be more than 4 intermediate or 4 points in total, including the final point, that might be a severe limitation. But if we do more, then we have to build in some kind of check to make sure that is this the best way to do it? Probably not. What we'll do instead is we'll say balls. Yeah, we can't do it anyway, I don't think. Yeah, we can't. We can't actually do the thing that I wanted to do here. Because what I was thinking is we could just add scene points to this blueprint. We could place those scene points around inside the world. And then once I begin play, we can grab the world location of all those scene points, store them in an array, and just go past them one by one. But it doesn't allow for skipping. Intermediate goal points, and it also doesn't allow for well, it doesn't also allow for a very flexible system. No, but maybe this is a problem for later. We could kick the can down the road and see if this prototype even gets anywhere, which is not the best practice, but could work for now. Because 4 goal points, so that means 3 intermediaries and 1 final one. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No. Let's go. Let's go with that. Let's go with 4. 4 intermediate points, including the final point, and we'll go from there, basically. All right. Scene, which is the goal 1. That's what I'll call it. And then we'll also add a box collision. Oops, collision. Oh, I spelled collision wrong. Box collision to goal 1, called box collision goal 1, and also an arrow. There we go, arrow 1. Okay. Then we need to add another scene 1, and we'll call this goal 2. And again, box collision, which we'll call box collision goal 2. And then also add an arrow. Yeah, that's all correct. Then scene, goal 3. And there we can add box collision, called box collision goal 3. There we go. And then another scene point. Scene point. Oh shit, no, not another scene point. Whoopsie. Well, yeah, but I won't need it right now. Here we just need to add the arrow. Okay. Arrow 3, that's fine. And then for this scene point, we need to call it final goal. Yep, and that's where we need to add these under. And then over here, we need to, from self, we need to get final goal, and then get that world location. See? That's perfectly fine for now. And then I guess what we can indeed do, we can just make an array. Make array. And also make a goal point locations, which we need to make vectors. And we need to make it into an array. And then we basically need to say, there we go. There we go, that's enough points. And then for this specifically, yeah. Yeah, and then we need to get the location of goal 1. Get world location. There we go. Yep, there we go. Alright, so then we've got goal 2. And we've got goal 3. And we've got goal 4. Well, the final goal, right? So we've got all that. We've made it into an array, and we've saved those world locations there. Now, the destination location no longer needs to be the final goal. It needs to be goal 1. But that is something that instead of specifying it, I should get the first one in the array, right? Because this is at the very start. So I should just get... yeah, this being 0 is fine. Because now, if I were to go in here, and I were to grab this guy... Oh, actually, I need to quickly check what these things look like. Yep, there we go. Alright, so let's see. What was the specifications? Arrow size 5, arrow length 80. So let's grab all of these. Arrow size 5, arrow length 80. And they all have to rotate upwards on the Y. 90. There we go. And then as for the collision, it is... oh. I made it the wrong... Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck's sake. There we go. Let's move this down. And then instead actually use the actual box extent values instead of trying to scale it, because that's just dirty. That's just dirty. So we'll make this 100 by 100 by 500. No, that's way too much. Let's make it 250, and then just move it up a bit. That's plenty. That's more than plenty. All right. Okay. So having all that in place, I can then basically take all of these, except for this one, and just check if they're all visible. Yeah, Okay. Okay, so now basically I can go into goal 1, and I can move goal 1 to down here. Yeah. Basically like that. And then goal 2, if I take a look at the level design that we did. So goal 2 was in the great room. Goal 3 is in the housekeeper's apartments. And then goal 4, the final goal is outside. Okay. So goal 2 is in here. Goal 3 is basically here. Well, for the sake, well, yeah, basically here, because the adventurer can actually reach that. And then goal 4, the final goal, we need to move it downstairs and out the door, like that. Okay. So now that means, even though the adventurer won't switch goals yet, at least they'll go towards the right goal in the first place, right? Oh man, I am worrying about how the AI, or how to make sure that the AI goes from spline point to spline point, rather than just taking the very shortest path. I am definitely very slightly worried about that. I'm going to need all the programming help I can get with that one. Alright, but now they're going to go in here. Cool, so that works. Awesome. Nothing wrong with it. Great. Save the world locations of all the different AI goals. Okay. So that is that part done. Now, once yeah, so basically once the AI reaches that location, I need to take a look at the paper tree again. Oh man, this is all lining into each other now. This is all joining each other now. Yeah, because we're using the basic move 2 here. And I cannot customize that as far as I know. Okay. Let's see. How can we... Oh boy. Well, I've added intermediary goal points, right? So that part is done. Actually, no, it's not. It's not. I'm lying. That part is done. But there's more to do. Determine if the player has found what they are looking for. Yeah. Send the current goal point location to the AI when the player finds the reaches the current destination. Okay, I just had a eureka moment. I think I know actually an easy way to do this without touching the AI. Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll go on to box collision 1 and move all these up here. Oh, no, I did not mean to do that. Yeah. So what we'll do on box collision 1, we'll grab the begin overlap. We'll do the same work here. Right, checking to see if it's actually the adventurer, the AI, that is overlapping. And if it is, let me place an empty comment here. Determine if the player, if the AI finds what they are looking for. But that's not actually what we're doing just yet. We basically want a delay for like, actually no, we don't want that here because we need the player to stop in the AI. Okay, all right, well, we'll forget about delay for the moment. And so what we're gonna do instead is we're gonna say, okay, we're gonna basically grab this logic, and we're basically gonna say, get the location +1. And we need to redo this for all the different collisions, which is luckily only 2 more. The rest we can all copy. So if I do begin overlap, place it up here, and just grab everything. And then make this 2. There we go. And then the last one, yeah, the last one like this. All right. And again, we copy everything over. Yep. Yeah, this will definitely work first try. I think. I hope. So, let's see. Adventurer Man, Dave. We'll call him Dave. Also, Renderer 1010. What are you working on? I'd love to learn more. So Dave is gonna go into this room. And then once he reaches the point, he's gonna go off upstairs. Yep. Now there's actually something a little more complicated that we need to do, because obviously he's going the wrong route now, or he's not the route that we'd like him to take. But he's coming. And then he's gonna go into the big room. And once he gets to that point, he's gonna change directions again as he finds his way over to over towards the last point, which is in here. Oh fuck. Oh no. Yep, there he goes. He's gonna touch it. Boink, and he's gonna come back again. And he's gonna come back down the stairs. Oh. He's not going back down the stairs. Well, he's not these stairs. Oh, maybe. Oh, this is faster then. Oh, okay. All right, all right. Fair enough. This is in fact faster. And then he's gonna basically go in here, and he's gonna run outside and be like, "Yay! I got the item I was looking for." Yeah. This is gonna be a super level design heavy game for sure. All right, and then the EI triggers. Okay, cool. So that works as intended. Awesome. First try. Yeah, we're gonna need lots of different level layouts, but more importantly, well, actually, yeah. No, yeah, that's, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna need level layouts where the same mansion's gonna be reused, but the items are in a different place, or it's a different item, or, you know, stuff like that. We need to include replayability in a really clever way, and it's something I want to redesign. I want to design when we get past this prototype. If this prototype turns out to be fun, then I want to make sure that you know, well, that we design that properly. I just realized I didn't finish my sentence. Okay. Also, I'm gonna just Christ. I like hats, but damn, hats can get sweaty real quick. So, yeah. Okay, so, so that works. Awesome. Oh, I'm thinking of a really dirty solution to again not touch the AI. Because I've had no time in the past week to follow any AI tutorials. Oh, it'd be so dirty to do that though. What I could do on every I really shouldn't do this. On every one of these little arrow meshes. Also, I think if I just grab this and slightly move it up. Oh no, it doesn't matter. Okay. On every one of these arrow meshes, I could introduce a small square collision box, basically. And then every time the AI hits that collision box, it basically switches to the next point that it needs to go to, the next location it needs to go to, right? So every spline point has a world location, and basically every time it touches it, it's gonna make sure that it goes to the right spline point, which would be a really quick and dirty way to make the adventurer follow the spline. But that's really dirty. And I totally just shouldn't do that. So let's not. Because in the coming week, I'll definitely follow some AI tutorials in Blueprints to make sure that I can learn how to do this properly. Yeah, too dirty and too laborious. Yeah. You're totally right. And I mean, not that we're thinking too much about this yet, but totally not performant. That'd be such hell to make that performant, and I don't think you'd want to even, right? So, yeah, definitely too laborious and too dirty. You're right. Right. I'm sorry. All right. So what we'll do instead, because that's kind of like naturally the next thing we're running into, I think. Well, actually, we've done this. We've done that part. And then determining what if the player has found what they're looking for. We'll leave that out for now, because that relates to the implementation of the new paths appearing and disappearing. So, yeah. Which is something we could actually implement now that I think of it. We could totally do that. Yeah, we could totally do that, actually. Okay, so what we need to do is, because this is a whole blueprint by itself. Actually, no, it's not. I could copy and paste these splines. I could totally do that. Oops. Right, if I were to take this and make another one, basically. Just checking. Yeah, so this. I guess I have to sequence it. It's gonna make it a little rough, but I think that's fine. Yeah, just to play it safe, let's do that. just like this for now. And we'll just keep it empty comments. And then for this one, we'll do Adventure Path 1. Like that. And then what we'll quickly do is we'll grab Adventure Path 1. And then I just want to grab this and just pull it back. Same goes for this point. Why? Why is the second one not showing up? Yeah, it's because of this. Get location index. Where are we using this? We're using it here. I can, yep. Which I can make a spline. Spline component called relevant spline, which is in this case the first one. Oh shit, no, it's not. Oops. Like that. And then I just have to fix it inside of the actual function itself, which is here. There we go. This should fix it. It does not. For fuck's sake. Why doesn't that fix it? This should work. So unless I've messed with some of the settings, which doesn't seem to be the case. Now all these settings are the same. But if I now were to change one of these, it does update one spline but not the other. Faced mesh. Yep, no, that's all fine. No, all of this is fine. This uses all of the right splines. No, this is all. Oh, unless it runs. Because it's running sequentially, it's not. Not sequentially, because it's not running sequentially. It is getting confused. Nope, does not seem to be the case. Huh. Okay, maybe I can't do what I was thinking of doing, which was just oh wait, what's going on back there? Ah. Oh. Oh, I get it. I'm just an idiot. Well, I'm not an idiot. This was a little stupid and real, but okay. Okay, so what actually happened here is that I did do it right. It's just a matter of... there we go. Of Unreal placing the copied over path way over here. I thought it would copy every single point, but it obviously didn't. So let's move this stuff over here. Okay, that's actually really nice that that's the case, because I was very much thinking that that was not going to be the case. Oops. Like that, please. Let me make sure this is a little bigger at 15. Now we want to actually put this close to... Yeah. And then we basically want to say, okay. Duplicate spline point. Yeah. We'll make it go here-ish. And then we'll duplicate it again. Like so. Now going up is going to get a little tricky. I think. Because duplicate spline point. If I do that and go up and then rotate, yeah, that doesn't do what I need it to do. But that might be because if I go here and I take pitch into account, then it very well might. Almost. It's roll, apparently, not pitch. Even though I thought it would be pitch, but suppose I'm wrong. Oh no. No, it is definitely pitch. I knew it. It's just I need to adjust it a little. Yeah, because look, it now rolls to the side. Yeah. I'm not sure yet how to fix this. So for now, I just want to do this. And then over here. And oops. And then turn it a little. This is it's not great, but it's functional-ish for now. Yeah. 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 I'm just thinking about a lot of things here. Because yeah, I'm gonna definitely need an extra point here. Yeah. I do like the fact that we got this to work based on just a basic Unreal tutorial. Like, that is super dope. There we go. Yeah. And then a little more down, because it's a little too high up. There we go. So we duplicate again. We go up. And we go here. And we go there. And we turn it. There we go. There we go. Yeah, it's fine. I don't need to make it perfect right now. Right, so that's our second spline path. Oh, nice. We can actually use just the Alt button to spawn a new spline point instead of, you know, having to constantly press duplicate and all that shit. There we go. Right, there we go. Okay, now we'll just test this with 2 spline points, right? Because that's all we need to test this this system. So what we're gonna need to do here, we need to set up communication between the destinations and the paths. Now, how do we go about doing that? We could use an interaction blueprint. Just thinking that's the best way to do it. It very well might be. So we could use an interface for that. And I need to make my own one, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Let's make it an interface. Blueprint interface. Oh, actually, it's not here. It's in blueprints and blueprint interface. BPI, AI path communications. And so what we'll have to do inside of AI path communications, we'll have to have a function named show/hide paths. Actually, no, show new path, and another function called hide old path. Yeah. 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 Jesus Christ. There are so many thoughts going on because this is all new territory for me as well. So I'm really just trying to figure it out. So on begin play, I want to sequence it. Actually, do I need to sequence it? I don't think so, but I'll keep it in there for just in case. Alright, let's add the communications thing. There we go. Communication interface. BPI. There we go. Alright, excellent. And then what we need to do is we need to make an array. Make array. And the only thing I need to do is just add these guys in there. And then promote this to a variable called adventurer path array. Like that. I believe the other two empty because that's where the other paths are going to go. Okay, so when we have that, we can basically say show path. Actually, no. Hide old path, which we can't make it that. We need hide. We need the event. And what I need for that is I need to do a for loop. Actually, sorry, a for each loop. Where we run through this. and we check whether every single one is visible. If the answer is true, so it is visible. Oops. Set visibility. Set visibility to false. And then once completed, yeah, I can do this all within one function actually. Yeah, once this completes, path hidden index. This is a separate variable we'll save once we find whichever one is visible at the moment. So once we do that, we need to basically grab path hidden index. We need to make sure that it's not more than the length of the array, right? Because it's going to reach outside of its bounds and it's going to throw errors. So this needs to be smaller or equal. Yep, if it's smaller or equal to the length of the array. No, it only can be smaller actually. Yeah, because if it's equal and it's going to try to do +1, that's not going to work. So this can only be smaller. Less than the length of the array. I want to basically increment it. Increment. And then I want to say, all right, from the adventure path array, get a copy at this index, set visibility to true. Now, if you are not smaller than, yeah, then nothing needs to happen. Yeah. Now, the only thing we need to do is we need to make sure we turn visibility off on this one. Oops. Visible. Oh, it doesn't have a visibility value. Okay, I didn't actually think of that. Because the spline itself is never visible. Huh. Yeah, that is interesting. Do I need to set it for all the placed meshes? No, surely there's something I can do, right? Surely just the individual spline will allow me to... Yeah. Yeah, it does. But the scene component itself doesn't allow me to make it invisible. Yeah. How do I fix this? Because I can check if it's visible, but I can't actually set up its visibility. That is so strange. So why am I able to check if it's visible or not? What is it gonna return? When does this trigger? Oh, it doesn't yet. Event hide old path. I need to do that here. Hide old path. Oh no, hold on. Hide old path. Oh shit. I need the message. No. Am I going crazy? I am. I must be going insane. Oh, I did have it right. Okay. Okay. Guess I am going insane. I thought it was called something different, but okay. Alright. Yeah, see, I knew it. I knew it. And I don't think self is going... Oh, shit. I don't think self is going to work here. Let's find out. Okay. Alright, go on. Go on, adventurer. Let's see. Did I do it in the wrong place? I did not. There is actually an easier way to do this now that I think of it. It still doesn't solve my problem about visibility, but it is an easier system. Because I don't think this ever triggered. And what I do then just quickly do, just to make sure that we can test this a lot faster. Just go into the main character, into its character movement, and where is it? Max walk speed. Let's put this on 450. Let's make him fast boy. Alright, go on, hurry up. Speed. No, it never gets called. Because I knew it wasn't crazy. This is not the right thing. It's not the event, it's not the function. I don't know why anymore. I learned this a really long time ago, and I'm confused as to why these other ones are here. Because these are referencing the interface. I know it's not that. But I know that this also doesn't work. Okay, there's just a lot of screaming outside all of a sudden. But it's just people getting back from a party or something. How? Because I've done this a million times before in other projects. What am I doing different? What am I doing different? Oh, no, that's all fine. There's nothing wrong between the communication there. No. Yeah, no, it's definitely the one with the little envelope. Yeah, but it has implemented the required interface. And I know I don't have to specify the targets. That's the whole reason why interfaces exist. To make sure you don't have to well, you can basically skip a lot of the setting of references and stuff like that. I guess I need to open up another project where I've done this, because I'm genuinely stuck. I'm a little stumped as to why that is. I've done it a million times on the memory platform one. I know that much. This is pretty good music though. Pretty happy with this music. Yeah. I can't seem to figure out why it doesn't work. I don't need to open it. So where have I done communications? Probably inside of the platforms. Oh, definitely inside of level functionality. I reckon. I like to think. Actually, I can check the interfaces I've made. Here we go. Platform communications. Platform hidden. Right. Okay. So if I go into my platforms. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Platforms. Parent platform. Where does it hide everything? Okay, that all does that, which is fine. That's all fine too. Oh, right, it's inside of, I know where it is. It's inside of the game mode. Or at least that's where it kind of receives it. Is it part of the level flow? Man, if only I would have made detailed notes, huh? Resetting, that's what it'll be part of. Hide all platforms. So what is it using as a target? Huh, it is using... Okay. I guess I'm just stupid then. Which is also totally fine. Okay, but then I just need to have a quick think on how I do that. Which yeah, I might be actually able to do this relatively easily. Target, and then what is it looking for? An object reference, right? So I can just grab adventurer path, Technically speaking, this should work. Oh yeah, it just triggered. I saw the hellos up there. Okay, so why did it trigger right at the start? And why did it not... Why did it trigger hello? Wait a minute. Oh, I'm so confused. This didn't work, did it? No, because that's a red hello, but I'm asking it to print true or false. And it definitely doesn't do that. So this doesn't work. Okay. Then it's a little more tricky, but I can still do it. Which just means we need to... yeah. inside of the interface, we can make an extra function called add paths to array. And then what we'll do is yep. I'm really not sure if this is the way we should do this. Yeah, it probably is. At least for now it is. Add paths. That's the function. I need the event. Oh, I can't even call. Oh, because I guess I don't need it in here anyway. No, I could just do a custom event. Say add paths to array. I can't do that because this one's in here. Add paths to array. And then I can just do a general object reference. And I can say path to add. And then in here I can do a variable called adventurer path arrays. Not arrays, array. It's not plural, it's not multiple arrays. Which again is path object references, which we should also do the same for this. And then I need to turn this into a array. Add unique. There we go. Yeah. And once I've done that, which makes this function actually redundant, we don't need it. Once we've done that, we can basically grab from the game instance and we can say get adventurer path array, and from there we can get a copy of the first index, which will be fine, I think. I hope. Let's find out. Alright, go on. Oh. I know why though. We forgot an important part. We forgot to set references to the game instance. And then even more importantly, we can actually make this even easier. Oh man, gotta love prototyping, am I right? So instead I actually want to accept an array into this, and I just want to set this. Set adventurer path array. There we go. And then I can basically grab this now and say set adventure path array and just chuck this in there. Oh. Oh, because these are splines, and these are not. Oops. Spline components. Spline. Oh yeah, but it's gonna break it, isn't it? Because that's a scene component. And that is precisely not what we need. No, we need an object reference. Oh, then I can do it even simpler, actually. Yeah, I can do it even simpler. I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. It being a spline component is fine, but I only need it to be singular. As for this one, I need you to also want to be singular. And then, not a spline component, I need you to be a path, adventure path. And the same for you. Path, adventure path. There we go. And then from here we can say set adventurer path array. I need to change that that name of that event, but it is the right event. Set adventurer path object reference. There we go. Cool. So now this will all reference the right things, right? Let's see. Go on, adventurer. Speed. Yeah. Alright, it is doing some wacky things. Oh, right. I don't need this. Right? Yeah. Cool. So I've done all that. This can now remove the breakpoint. So where was it complaining about those gets not working? True, true, false, false. Okay, our adventurer man has fucked off somewhere. I have no idea where. Oh, he's just kind of around the corner. Off he goes. Look at him going speeding through. And then he goes downstairs again. He's like, bye, I'm out of here. There you go, he's found the goal. Alright, okay, so what is it? Access non-ternary property, call func array, get item. In adventure path. Where? Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. Oh, it's trying to get this. It's basically saying that it has nothing in there. Oh yeah, because it's trying to do it a few times at the same time. Okay, I know what this is. I know what this is. Let's add a comment. Please fix the adventurer triggering this functionality 4 times. I'm just leaving this as a little note. I'll get this a nice yellowy red color, a big red color. Maybe the invisible color in him would help. Yes, I agree. So what we can do for that very quickly, and I say that, it's famous last words. Yeah, he has basic shape material, which we can give him color grid low spec. Well, that's a bit of a shit one. Let's see. We can give him M door. Oh, we can give him like copper. We can make him look like copper. Yeah, this will be fine. There we go. Now when we see him running by, Dave's got a tan. Off he goes, our little copper box. Off he goes. Also, it doesn't really do the whole visible, not visible thing, but we'll fix that at some point as well. Alright, okay, let's save all this. Like that. And oh, I can't even dismiss that anymore. And let's actually stop the stream here. Oh, that's the dog. There we go. Because I need to go. I need to go do some other things. But thanks to everyone that had a watch. Thanks Aki for the follow. Really appreciate it. Thanks to Render for dropping in, and thanks to everyone else for being super cool as always. And hopefully we'll see each other again soon. It's gonna be a busy week upcoming, but I should be able to stream again within a week or so. And so I look forward to it. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. We're gonna definitely hit those 20 hours to get this prototype done. And then when we can test it, it's going to be amazing. Yeah. All right. So thanks everyone for watching. And I'll see you all next week. All right. Bye everyone.